So, it's been an hour.
He's took a turn for the worse.
He's been in there. So, the customers gave him some wacky backy, as we'll call it.
Devil's lettuce.
The devil's lettuce. What else we can call it? The green goblin.
Yeah. What else is there? I think the viewers know.
You understand what it is, but anyway,
we'll see.
He's disappeared. I'm gonna go and have a little check how he is.
Hi, Nick. Oh, God.
Oh, I think don't video me in that.
I think we've got a man down.
Give me half an hour, I'll be alright in a minute.
Rest in peace.
Let's put him back in there.
Just close it slowly. What do you reckon to that?
Don't do drugs, kids.
Although technically he didn't know. He
Yeah.
thought it was a roll up. And
You got lied to.
I've asked the customer, he just said, yeah, well basically mate, I think he needed it, so I spiked him.
Did he do a good thing or a bad thing?
Turns out he didn't need it, or maybe he'll wake up and feel good, who knows?
Who knows?
But for now, B&P viewers, man down.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Yeah, so there's a first. So yeah, on a job and the customer decided he'd give me some sort of dodgy cigarette, which to be fair was strange because it just seemed like a normal roll-up, but yeah, I'm back in the land of the living now anyway. But yeah, not what you want at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's took me a couple of hours to get back to half normal. So yeah, see what happens in the video. Like and subscribe. Morning everybody, it's Nick at B&P. A bit of a different start to the video this morning. I haven't got my van unfortunately. It's MOT day, so fingers crossed that should be good. Yeah, this is the job we're on this week. We're starting a nice little, about 50 odd square metre job at Carlton in Nottingham. We're doing this one in a fabricated granite 50 block paver with a charcoal border. There's a couple of recessed manhole lids, so they should be cool to, we'll get them installed and cut in and we'll show you how we do that. As you can see, Chris is on the machine currently. There's quite some thick concrete here. As you can hear, Ryan's breaking it up, so some of it's about a foot thick. And the boys are doing their usual. And Connell's standing around watching. There you go. I'll show you the job. Right, so this is the job. Starting from these back gates, or this side gate. So we're just gonna come just past it. Just taking this concrete out now. As you can see, it's not too thick. And underneath is like an ashy silt. So that should come up quite easy. This is just digging around. I've got 2 manholes here to do. Ryan's broken this up manually with the hydraulic breaker. This is pretty thick stuff here. This bit's about 4, but these other bits are about 6 inches. So we've broken that up and that's gone on the pile. We've exposed the virgin media cable so that's safe and out of the way. Yeah, about getting there really. Just really got to get a grab lorry in, and it's very difficult to dig these jobs out and store the gear. We get a lot of comments on the YouTube from like machine operators about like, oh, you don't know what you're doing and blah blah. But that's all well and good when you're working on a 4 acre site where you can swing a machine around. It's very difficult to excavate and then pile up the muck and not block yourself in and so on. It can be really difficult. And like I say, we don't claim to be machine operators by any stretch of the imagination. So like Chris isn't a qualified machine operator. You don't need to be to use one. However, the downside to it is we then also have to operate machinery in the smallest possible spaces. So like I say, it's all very good being critical, but I've seen many people criticise and can't do it themselves. So it's definitely a lot more difficult than it looks when you watch a video to sort of get these things dug out and stacked out the way and piled up neatly. And and to be fair, with all the comments and the criticism about it all, we get it all gone, it gets all dug out, we get it all away. So it's a bit nonsense really. So everyone can always do it better than somebody else until they do it. saying, the whole front will come out. We're having new granite block paving, charcoal borders round, front walls obviously staying in. New edgings along the front, this area will be done, new recessed lids. And yeah, it's going to be really quite a drastic transformation on this one. If you look at the old concrete and the damage and so on. This is the problem when you lift up old concrete is we've got a lot of pot drains here. And as you can see, due to frost damage and so on, these are almost normally brittle and just crumble to pieces. And also these collars are way too high to get paving over. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take the pipe out probably and then repipe it in down here, cut this pipe off and get some adapters and repair it all. So these are the things that you don't know there till you start digging. Right, things are starting to take shape. Stevie's just arrived, come for the second load. So that's, you know, quite a lot of muck away today. So then we'll just have to come back and have another little tinker around with the machine, get rid of another couple of ton, get it all nice and tidy. It's quite difficult when you've got a big pile of muck there. So we'll, yeah, we should have this all, we should easily be dug out today anyway. So happy days. Stevie just getting in there delicately with a grab between two manholes here and a wall. Just have to be really close and careful. So Chris is just doing a final scrape now, just keeping it all nice through. Make sure it's deep enough. So, unfortunately, the clay pipes that were under the driveway were pretty much stuck in the concrete. So when we lifted the concrete, it damaged quite considerable sections of the drainage. So we've just been and purchased all the adapters and so on. And the pipes, I'm going to replace the gentleman's drainage. So they're all just storm down pipes, but we're going to reattach them. So we'll show you that as we go along. And there's also a straight join here from A to B, so we're going to run another pipe along there as well, get them fitted. Obviously we can't get the stone in until they're replaced, so that's the first job of the day. Okay, so this is a clay to plastic adapter. It's needed because of the imperial metric measurements on them. So what you have to do is you have to buy these in order to attach this, you see, like that. So you put these two in, and you've got your jubilees, and you fasten them up. And I'm going to connect another pipe up here and then another one up the top here, and that'll all be in, and allow the rainfall to flow properly. We're just fitting the second adapter on. So now we've got one at each end. That's always a good start. And then we shall join the pipe together. Prepare to be amazed, Foldsy. You love messing around in drains, don't you?
Just hate my life.
Being a rat-like human being.
You don't hate your life, you hate your life situations.
I'm alive.
You don't hate life. Life's the most beautiful thing in the world, man.
It's the most precious thing.
Oh, do you have to say that?
Yeah.
Right, you're going on training again. You're going on training.
Formal
You need to go on
letter.
a training course.
Formal letter.
Can't say that anymore.
Can't
I
say
can
that,
see what I
mate.
want, mate. It's a free country.
Always gone off
True,
the
to be
rails.
fair.
See?
It's true, it's got.
So as you can see, we've got the old clay pipe, the adapter Chris is just tightening up. There's a section of pipe, we could only get 3 metre lengths from our local merchant this morning. Got 3 metre, we've joined it, another full 3 metre length to another clay plastic adapter. And that is how you replace a length of drain pipe correctly. So as you can see, we've now got all the drainage back in, all correctly installed. This is going to have an ACO going above it, so the down pipe runs into here through an ACO and into this one. Dave just arrived with a roadstone, ready to go really. It looks a bit of a mess on here, but we've dug it out really low. It's a lot lower than it needs to be, so I'm just going to stone back on top of these pipes. It'll be about half a foot stone on top of this. This is just moving the stone about. So it should start looking like a driveway today. At this stage always frustrates me a little bit because it's a bit of a mess, but it's just the way it goes. We'll get there. We have just started knocking the stone about. The boys just raking it around, getting a nice gradient on it. I think then we're going to compact it. We're just getting the machine out now. We're done with that, so we'll get that out on the road, ready for collection. Get the stone all knocked about, get it all whackered, give you a little timeline to that being compacted, and then we're going to drop these edgings in, so we'll show you that being done. Right, so we have just got the stone in. We've given it a little whacker. We haven't got the full level, and we need a few more tons to put on top. So we've given it a whacker in one of the layers of whacker, and then we're going to put some more whacker on top. And we're just going to get all these edgings in and set. So I'll flick over to that. Okay, so that is all the edgings in and set on concrete. We're just going to mix some more up now. We're not quite happy with the backing up, so we need some more in. So we're going to haunch them all up with concrete. We filled the other side up where the pavement is in the gap, which, as you've seen before, we'll cut that out and the tarmackers will come. And then we're going to just concrete all this in down on this side about 2-3 inches lower. So yeah, we're nearly there. Just waiting for a top up a roadstone in this front section here, which is on its way. DJ's on his way, and then we'll get that whackered and we're ready tomorrow for sand, screed and lay. There he is again. Dave's back. We'll top us up with another 3 ton of road stone. The top, these have got a couple of low areas at the front here. I'm going to bring them up a few inches up to the midway point. I'm going to give it another whacker again. Long day today. However, got a lot done. Talk about hitting the ground running this morning. Just pulled up, Johnny's already here half unloaded. Luckily I was here to stop him because they've put the bags on the drive, which is a nightmare. Means you have to unload it all out, so I'm going to have to lift them and I'm going to cut the bags. But yeah, 7:30, we're already rocking and rolling.
Getting the screeding done, the sand's going in. Main man Bert's is getting it all levelled about. We're going to get it whackered. Manholes are ready to go in, put them in afterwards. 8:30 in the morning. Folds is taking some excess sand off. Got RK there, can't be named. Do you want to tell them the story or shall I?
You tell them the story, brother.
You're the storyteller.
Nah, I ain't got it in this morning.
We won't get the house number in for legal purposes. But we've got working for a nice guy. He's a bit of a, let's say, hippie.
That's it,
Hippie.
maybe.
Likes to
Indulge in.
indulge in hippie things. The green stuff that makes you
Giggle, apparently.
giggle, and what else does it make you do? Happy. Yeah, you know what we're talking about. We won't say it.
The audience knows.
But customers made my nice friend a roll up this morning that he thought, just a nice little roll up backy, and he's done him dirt. He's now on cloud 9 and he's hit paranoia stage.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah.
You can see his eyes, he's not funny, and life's going drastically down the hill for him.
Let's say there's no disputing what's happened. We'll put it that way. I feel awful, and I've just had to eat Chewits at 8 o'clock in the morning.
He's got Skittles.
Skittles.
We've got him a can of Coke to try and bring him round, and he's not loving
Hey,
life.
credit where credit's due. I still ain't gone. I'm sticking it out.
He stayed because he knows if he goes home he's going to be crying in the corner in the shower and there's no one to save him. So we'll keep you updated on the saga of Spikes
And what
at work.
what do people think as well in the comments? Do people think that's funny and acceptable, or do some people think that's absolutely awful to do to somebody?
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't take it, and he's not been. He hasn't asked for it, but basically the guy who spiked him.
I've been spiked.
Been spiked. Hashtag me too.
There you go.
So it's been an hour.
He's took a turn for the worse.
He's been in there. So the customers gave him some wacky backy, as we'll call it.
Devil's lettuce.
The devil's lettuce. What else we can call it? The green goblin.
Yeah. What else is there? I think the viewers know.
You understand what it is, but anyway,
We'll see.
he's disappeared. I'm gonna go and have a little check how he is.
Hi, Nick. Oh, God.
Oh, I think they don't video me in that.
I think we've got a man down.
Give me half an hour, I'll be alright in a minute.
Rest in peace.
Let's put him back in there.
Just close it slowly. What do you reckon to that?
Don't do drugs, kids.
Although technically he didn't know. He
Yeah.
thought it was a roll up, and
You got lied to.
I've asked the customer. He just said, "Yeah, well, basically, mate, I think he needed it, so I spiked him."
Did he do a good thing or a bad thing?
Turns out he didn't need it, or maybe he'll wake up and feel good. Who knows?
Who knows?
But for now, B&P viewers, man down.
Yep.
Goodbye.
A few moments later.
So, me and Connor just got to nip off and get some ballast for concreting. Didn't have a chance to order it yesterday, completely forgot. So we're just travelling to Fern's on West L Lane in, I think it's Carlton. Nice little handy DIY place. Yeah, I feel a little bit better. It was, yeah, very strange morning and a bit of an odd thing for somebody to do. I don't touch that stuff, not at all. Obviously I know what it is, you know, it's not my first rodeo, but yeah, yeah, he got me. So yeah, I don't know if I'm happy about it. I don't know if I'm cool with it or not, to be honest. I think it's a bit of a, I don't know. As I say, I don't really do it, so yeah, I can kind of see the funny side of it now, and I don't think he meant any harm. Because I don't do it, I was absolutely, but no harm done, I suppose. But yeah, very odd. Right guys, as you can see, we have knocked the sand about and whacked it. We're just setting the bars now, and we're going to give it a good screed. As you can see, we have sanded, we've whackered, we've now screeded, and Ryan's just finishing up hand floating up the odds and sods. Some areas can be quite difficult. We have to refill in, obviously, where the bars have been. So we should be laying shortly, and we'll go to the time lapse of that. So we're about laid up. Chris has just set the man. I was waiting for the concrete to set. I'm going to refloat up the inside because it's still a bit wet. Some of the front borders are in, need halves cut in. Top bit near the gate needs finishing off around the manholes, but yeah, it should be near complete tomorrow for whacker in Friday, I think. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's get in there.
The next day.
Well, good morning everybody. Let's hope today is a better day than yesterday. I'm not really sure what to say about yesterday. So let me explain. So the last couple of days, say Monday, Tuesday, I got here pretty early, and the customer had like made me a coffee, and he smokes tobacco, and he said, "Oh, do you want to roll in?" And I'd had a roll up. So this was like yesterday morning. So I got same as usual, got there. I had this roll up, but when I got there, John Hayes were unloading the materials, as you could see. So I was quickly frantically running around trying to cut these sandbags and whatever, and I got a bit of a dab on. I was sweating a bit, so he said, "Do you want to come in for a coffee and a ciggy?" And I said, "Go on then." I went in the house, but I was like sweating up. I got like t-shirt, jumper, thermal jacket on, all the gear. So I said, "Oh, do you mind if I just smoke it on the doorstep," sort of thing, wait for the lads to come. So this is about 20 to 8. So I smoked this roll up, but it didn't taste of anything at all. There was no taste really. It was I don't know much about, I don't really smoke, to be honest. I just odd and sod it. Sort of have one here, then I won't have one for a week, then I might have two, then I might go out drinking and have a couple. So I'm not a big smoker, but it was like a menthol filter or something. So I didn't have any clue really what was going on. I'm not really a menthol. I don't know much about it, but I don't smoke menthol. So anyway, I smoked this roll up, this as you would, sort of pretty quick, sort of to get out there because I was hot and bothered. Yeah, and then as I stepped out the door, literally like I saw Bertie and Connell pull up and we're getting out of the car, so I started walking across the road. And as I started walking across the road, I thought, what the hell's going on? Like, I just felt like it hit me like a ton of bricks. Bear in mind, I smoked this whole roll up in like, I don't know, a minute and a half, this whole thing. So yeah, and I knew straight away, because I mean, obviously it's not my first rodeo as a sort of teeny bopper. I can't really stand stuff, to be honest, but my mouth went, like, I got cotton mouth, my mouth went dry and it was sticking. I said to the lads, I went, oh no, I said, I know what he's done, and to be honest, I started panicking a bit, which I think made it worse, because I was freaking out, because then I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna have a funny turn, I'm gonna white death. So so I started freaking out a bit as well, which didn't help, because I thought, well, I've drove to work, I've got to drive home, I've got stuff to do, what if I, like, you know? So I started panicking, which made it worse and worse. Yeah, and then I was telling the lads, and I don't know if they believe me, I think they thought that I was just freaking out. So I was like, I'm not daft, I know when something's wrong. So yeah, so like I tried to continue as a call. I think Chris videoed a video that's on there where I was sort of like literally like in a bad way. Yeah, and then it wasn't too bad. I don't think I was not. I think if I'd had any more, it could have been worse. But luckily, I just made me really like trippy and a bit tired. So I went and lie down in the van for about half an hour, and then I was pretty much okay. So I had a few sweets and whatnot, and I was okay. But yeah, I don't really know what to think about all that. I mean, the customer, to be fair, is absolutely lovely. He's a lovely guy, and he's big into all that, and it's his thing, and he's into all, like, you know, just chilling and having a little smoke and whatever. But that's cool. And I think in his way, I think he thought he was doing me a favour. I think he could see sort of how stressful the job is and whatever. And I think he, you know, in the morning he just has one and a coffee, you know, chills him out for the day. But it's not my thing. So for me, it was a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. But I can see the funny side. But yeah, I can honestly say that's never happened to me before, ever. Even out when I was young with my mates, it's never happened. It's sort of a bit of a you don't do that to people rule. But yeah, strange one. So genuinely, not clickbait, that genuinely happened. You know what I mean? Like, I was a mess. Needless to say, yeah, I won't be taking any more roll-ups off anybody in the future. So lesson learned, boys and girls. Like your mum used to say, do not take sweets from strangers. So there's a lesson to be learnt there. So, oh, and just to be sure, when he came out a bit later and I was feeling better, because I went really paranoid and weird, didn't like it. When he came out, I said, oh, you? I said, what was in that bloody thing earlier? I said, I felt terrible. And he just started laughing. He said, well, I thought you needed it, pal. Just laughed. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, needless to say, it's reminded me why I don't bother with that stuff. Like I said, I did it when I was a bit younger as a teenager just to fit in, but it was never really my cup of tea. I never really enjoyed it. So yeah, what a strange one. So what do you guys think in the comments? What do you think? Do you think that's bad? Do you think it's funny? I don't really know. I'm 50-50, I'm on the fence with it. So if I can see the funny side, and I'm not a soft lad, I won't get all upset about it anyway. I think if it had took a bit more of a turn for the worse and I'd been poorly, I don't think I'd have found it funny. I'd have had something to say about it. But because I was okay, I just need to sleep it off a bit. But yeah, what a strange day. So let's hope for a better one today.
Right, good people, we are banging this step in. Cut out a nice little notch there, 25mm notch for the pipe. Gas pipe runs all the way across, unfortunately, so we've notched that out there, put another notch on that end, and probably put a concrete bed down here but leave sand up against there or something soft, so if they need to pull that out at a later date they can access that. And we'll stick into a little time lapse now. Main man Bert's is getting that tings done, and we'll time lapse this little beast up and get it done.
Okay, so the manholes are all set and the cut around. We're just laying the pattern in. We're going to cut them in now. Got the drainage in and set. Chris is just doing his front step. Front's nearly there, just needs to go clean down now. Tarmac is ready. But it's going to be ready soon. So, yeah, let's cut this manhole in.
One brick.
We've got a new member of staff at B&P. This is Albert Wesker, the stray staffy cross something with mange. It's just wandered onto our job from the estate we're working on. So it's had half a loaf of crusts, because everyone leaves the crust on the sarnies. It's had a little bit of chicken tikka, pita bread, and a couple of Snacker Jacks. Oh,
I'm not going to feed you, I'm a dog.
we're out, mate. We've got nothing left.
I am. You're mad, mate.
Oh, look at this one. He's got a tag around his neck. Diabetic, do not feed.
Bit late, mate. Please don't do a big dookie in the sand. Come on now. You're going to have to go home. Go on. It's quite a big boy, isn't it? Don't fancy that hanging off my arm. Okay, so things are going to plan. It's about Thursday mid-morning. We're all laid up now. We've just got to cut this in, put the boards in, concrete it all the fronts in. Step, manhole lids are looking good. Obviously everything's dirty, we need to jet wash it all down. That's the final step when all the cutting's finished. So tomorrow morning it'll be immaculate. So we've just cut the tarmac out, cut it with the saw. Bert's is just taking it out with the pickaxe. So the lads will come tomorrow and re-tarmac this new strip in, so it'll be nice and tidy. I can't stand a job when it gets to this stage. I'm massively OCD with cleanliness, so when it's like this, it drives me mad. But tomorrow, it'll all be spotless, tidy, jet washed down, looking brand new, like a brochure, and that's what we aim for. Right, so we're all whackered. Got a few little cracked blocks. This is what always happens if you compact it properly. As you can see, a bit of water's come up, so a bit of residue stuck. So we're just going to brush this sand in and off, and then we're going to give it all another wash off.